Hey everyone, What If Fan here, bringing you another exciting part of What If becoming a mangaka in One Piece world. You can find the fanfic title and the original author's name on my Patreon page. Make sure to check it out and show them some love. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. Alright, let's jump into it. Chapter 271, Water 7 Saga, Water 7 Arc. Part 2. New World, Green Bit. They look so adorable in human size, and they're still cute. Do you think that, too, Scarlet? Rob spoke to the girl next to him with a smile on his face as he looked at a group of men and women with furry tails and pointy noses reading One Piece books while laughing and crying. Yes, big brother, they are so beautiful. I didn't expect that the legendary fairies are just another race in this world, and this legendary race resides here in Green Bit beside Dressrosa. Big brother, thank you for opening another art store here. As the first princess of the royal family, I'm grateful for everything you have done for my kingdom. Before Rob could respond to Scarlet, a guy of the dwarf race came and bowed before him. The guy was wearing a royal crown decorated with jewels and a royal robe and had a black beard and a thick black tail. Apparently the current king of Tontada, Gansho. He was not as old as he appeared in the manga, but he was 26 years younger than that. Beside him, the current princess of the Tontada tribe and her bodyguard to Rob as well also bowed. The current princess of the tribe is Gansho's wife and mother of Mansheri. Rob knew this without even asking about that because she looked like a replica of Mansheri. Also her name is Sherry. Sherry and her bodyguard were the duos. Rob met them at Dressrosa, and after their meeting, they brought him here. After Rob told them he was the owner of the art store, they immediately believed him and were so happy that they met the legendary store owner. When Rob opened an art store for their tribe, they basically became his affiliate. Without even saying a word, the whole Tontada tribe can jump onto his boat. After trying out the art store and its features, they consider Rob as a god, not a human. What is the dream of the dwarves tribe? Of course, their dream is to be as big as humans. Their dream is to have the ability to resist, to control their own destiny. After all, even though they were an innocent race that easily believed the others' words and anyone could easily deal with them, that didn't mean that they didn't want to take revenge on the bad humans who enslaved them most brutally in the past. Rob not only fulfilled this dream but allowed them to have everything in the art store for a nominal price. Even he has told them that they can create their own currency and he'll make it official, and if they can't pay with the currency they can use the rare plants and fruits and the green bit as currency. This made them so grateful to the point they cried. Everything you've done for us will remain in our hearts and our bloodlines so that history will never forget it, Rob Samarisu. That's nothing, Gansho. I heard you were trying to get manga of One Piece in any way, but you couldn't, so I decided to give you all your own art store. That would be better. Yes, we heard that One Piece books talk about the respected hero Mont Blanc Noland who helped our tribe 400 years ago fight the humans who were destroying our lands and holding our race for enslavement. That's why we really wanted to know what the manga had to say about the hero Nolan Risu. So after reading the manga of One Piece, what do you think? Rob asked with a smile. He just wanted to hear what he had to say because he already knows what they think about it. Wonderful. No, absolutely great. This is the real Noland our ancestors told us about. The man we made a statue of him. We're totally satisfied. Risu. Maragoa, the domain of gods. Inside the art store crowded with celestial dragons, gasps of shock were heard from some celestial dragons when they saw a sea train crash the giant frog, Yokozuna. What is this? A ship? No, it's a train? The celestial dragon Majalgard inhaled his drooping snot and stared in astonishment at the steaming sea train. Such a big thing traveling on the sea made him feel shocked. It's not like he doesn't know what this is. He saw modern trains of all shapes and sizes in the HXH anime and manga of Bleach, so the moment he saw the sea train he knew it was a train. But trains travel on land, how the hell is there a train that travels on the sea? Not only were the celestial dragons shocked, but even their guards, members of the world government, and the slaves were also deeply shocked. Such a strange thing. Will someone really succeed in inventing it in the future? We need to find out who this Tom is and get him to Maragoa. This person is a treasure. A sea train is a genius and impossible idea. The appearance of the sea train caused a great shock to the people in Maragoa. Even the 5 elders were shocked. Pangea Castle. Puffing Tom? Tom? Who is that? How do I know? Since this sea train is named after his name, it means that he is the inventor. Maybe he's a famous shipbuilder in Water 7. Humph. There really is such a person, and it's Fishman. It's the man who built Roger's ship. Yes, I remembered him, it's that fat guy. The 5 elders were confused as to how to deal with this person now. He was guilty because he built the Pirate King's ship. Since Roger has recently become the Pirate King, Tom's crime has recently come to the fore as well, so he became on the radar of the world government recently, and they're already starting to think about how to deal with him. But now, the appearance of the sea train is enough to throw all their sinister plans toward him in the trash basket. This invention is enough to forgive all his crimes. This invention is no less remarkable than the Sky Sword's incredible invention, the Skyports. Pass my orders. Send a welcome invitation from Maragoa to the Fishman Tom and his family too. Understood, sir. Water 7, Art Store. Iceberg. Looks like Kokoro-san recommended you to Luffy and his mates. Why didn't you recommend me to them, Kokoro-san, ha? Catty Flam started crying like a little kid when he saw that even his name hadn't appeared yet, but Iceberg's name had already appeared. So far he's the only one that hasn't been mentioned or shown at all. Even the frog appeared and he did not appear yet. Tom and Kokoro both sighed when they saw this sight. Be patient, boy, the arc has just started, so you will definitely appear. Didn't you say that you are the mechanic who will join the Straw Hat Pirates and be one of the heroes in this story? Yeah. I'll definitely do it. Oh. Well. Tom felt speechless when he saw how fast his little disciple's mood had changed. My gosh. This. I'll bow down to this greatness. I'll prostrate, too. This is our beautiful city. Wow. Water 7. When Water 7 appeared in the manga, cheers erupted inside and outside the art store. Only people who saw their island in the manga could understand how these people were feeling at this moment. There were some people from Sky Island and also from Alabasta at the Water 7 art store now, so they could understand the enthusiasm of the people of this city. They even felt nostalgic. This is because they have had this experience before. The hell? It could be said that they did not yet understand what was going on around that sea train, but when Tom's name has mentioned they knew it was a futuristic invention from the most famous shipbuilder in Water 7, so they weren't so much surprised as Tom himself. Of course, Tom was shocked that he had already come up with the theory idea about the sea train. The crazy idea that no one else knows about, and he's the only one who thought of it in the first place. It became a reality in the manga. Tom is still in his chaotic thoughts at the moment, unable to comprehend. But the appearance of the beautiful Water 7 made him forget about the sea train temporarily and continue reading the manga with endless passion. Chapter 272, CP9. Equals 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 equals. Iceberg, humph, Califa, what's going on? Califa, yes, Mr. Iceberg. It's the customer in Dock 1. He's now refusing to pay for the repairs. Water 7 Backstreet shopping area? Chopper. The water is so clear and the town so pretty. There are lots of pedestrian areas too. Wow. Look at that, Robin. A shop is full of faces. Robin, a mask maker. I've seen people walking around with those masks on. Chopper, they were wearing masks? I thought they just had funny-looking faces. Robin, at San Faldo, another island on the sea train route. A costume festival is being held. Chopper, huh? How do you know? Robin, I heard people on the street talking about it. Chopper, how could you pick up all that? Robin, oh, it's a habit of mine. Ever since I was little, I've observed people's moods and listened to them talk. Chopper. You're amazing, Robin. Robin. Doctor, look there. It's a bookstore. Chopper, really? Mind if I stop by? Robin, not at all. Let's go in. He. CP9 agent, I'm with CP9. Chopper, Robin. I'm heading in. Robin. Equals 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 equals. Is this how you'll look in the future? Iceberg? Tom couldn't help but smile in admiration. Ah, you've become such a handsome man, you'll even have a beautiful secretary. I'm so envious. What? Did you say my kiss in the letter made you nauseous, you rude boy, humph? Kokoro felt angry, but she still showed a smile on her face. Unfortunately, her face starts losing signs of beauty when she was a very beautiful young mermaid. What do you think if I give you a kiss now, kid? Iceberg's body trembled before awkwardly turning away and leaving the group. Everyone who passed beside them gave him away with strange looks. Hey kid, are you Iceberg? So you'll be the future mayor? The new generation will truly surpass the old generation. You'd even consolidate all the famous shipbuilding workshops into a huge company. What a little genius you are. I'm envious, your future achievements have even surpassed those of your teacher. Tom felt proud seeing how amazing his student in the manga was and hearing people's comments. But he felt helpless every time he saw the disappointed look on his other student's face. Iceberg is currently 13 years old while Catty Flam is younger at 9 years old, both of whom are still young children at the beginning of their lives, and the beginnings of his mentorship. He shook his head and wished that the person named Frankie wasn't Catty Flam. It can be said that even Tom was surprised by how much Water 7 has changed in the manga. It looks like the future Mayor Iceberg will make a lot of cool fixes. It also seemed that the success of the sea train made Water 7 flourish. Even the company's carpenters have superhuman strength that can crush disobedient pirates and even walk through the air easily. When this generation of proud carpenters saw Galileo's carpenters, they were ashamed of their inferiority. Will our beautiful city be this prosperous in the future? All that due to the sea train, isn't it? BFT. Ha 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 ha. Even sea bulls appeared, Bagaya Rabuka, and King, too. This manga is fantastic. Ha 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 ha. Luffy is still causing trouble. He almost caused both Nami and Usopp to have a heart attack when he threw the bag of 100 million berries in the water. Looks like they gave him a good beating. Ha ha ha. He worth that. Who's that long nose? He looks like Usopp. Everyone in Water 7 without exception had a look of amazement on their faces and stars twinkling in their eyes as they read the manga volume. The way the manga presented their city made them feel very happy. For the first time in many years, activities in the city stopped. The only activity that did not stop was reading manga. Who would have imagined that the shipbuilders who never stopped would all agree to take a collective break today? Far away in the green bit, a big smile appeared on Rob's face when he saw the huge amount of EXP he got this time. The people of Water 7 seem to be having a lot of fun. Well, some have fun and some can't. A cold glint appeared in Rob's eyes as he read the manga. The moment he had always wanted to get past had already arrived. CP9 appeared in Robin's path. This is where the most annoying and heavy arc for Rob's heart will begin. Sigh. Why are you sighing, big brother? And who is this masked guy that Robin followed? What is CP9? You'll know everything if you finish reading the manga. Didn't you say you didn't like spoiling events? Upon hearing this, Scarlet concentrated on reading manga. On her shoulders, several dwarves who were reading small manga books also sat. Marigoa, Pangea Castle. CP9. It seems things are going south at an unstoppable fast. The mustachioed Gorosei stopped reading the manga and looked at his comrades who had the same cold expressions on their faces. It looks like CP9 caught Nico Robin. I can guess why. This is probably related to what Akiji said in the previous arc. Why would we put a bounty on a child and classify it as a devil child? Since she is from Ohara, this means that she is a survivor of a mass massacre of archaeologists. This is why she knows how to read the poneglyphs, and why she is included in the protagonist's crew. The five elders weren't stupid, they could sense the storm brewing quietly. Robin's arrest by CP9 in the manga was the beginning of this storm. Ohara. Robin. Alvia felt indescribable anxiety as she read the first chapters of the volume. Rob told her a long time ago that this arc would be an important turning point in the story for Robin. She even felt that the previous arc in which the Admiral appeared was the real turning point. Don't worry, Alvia. Everything will be fine. Robin in the manga is very strong. She looks like you. She looks like Rob, too, Belmir said. I think she looks more like Alvia. He. Toki announced. Alvia felt a little better when she saw Toki, Bella, and the others trying to console her. I'll leave this now, I'll read it later. We still have a lot of work to do today, sisters. Chapter 273, Usopp's Tears. East Blue, Gecko Archipelago, Syrup Village. Equals 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 equals. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Chopper, Usopp. Hang on. We're gonna go demolish that ridiculous house. Equals 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 equals. Usopp. Banshina put her hand over her mouth while trying to stop herself from crying. Unfortunately, she couldn't. Her tears started to fall. This is because the scene of her miserable son in the manga made her maternal instinct irresistible. She wanted to hug him and treat his wounds, she wanted to encourage and support him, but that was impossible. This was only a manga scene of what her child would face in the future. She's always used to seeing her child's cheerful laugh in the manga. Although all readers described him as a coward, in her heart her child was the bravest and brightest of men. He was her little hero that she longs to hold in her arms one day. But despite it being just a drawing on paper, seeing Usopp in this state made her feel so sad. The sadness that she had only felt once in the past. Flashback. When the manga of One Piece was in its beginning. Rob came to the Gecko Archipelago in the East Blue and exactly to Syrup Village. By that time he had already released the third volume talking about Syrup Village. The appearance of the art store for the inhabitants of the Gecko Archipelago at that time seemed like a miracle. To this moment, there are still those who venerate the art store as a divine miracle. This is because the people of Syrup did not expect to see what their small village would look like in the manga. That event had an incredible shock that continues to this day. And the most affected people, of course, are a few people. First, there are Kaya's parents who knew they were doomed to die a few years later. Now, they're sure of the manga's truth, so they try to stay out of sight as much as possible so as not to be affected by their fate in the manga. Then, Yasopp and Banshina. Even before they know it. In the manga, they had a very intimate relationship, and the manga of One Piece only accelerated that relationship to the next stage. 3 years ago, inside the art store Syrup. Usopp. A young woman with a young face and long nose cried when she saw her death scene in the manga from Usopp's memories. After that, she wept so bitterly that she did not stop crying until her eyes were completely dry. Both Yasopp and the villagers couldn't do anything to console her. Yasopp looked at the scene of his girlfriend crying helplessly while he hugged her and crying silent tears. From that moment his ideas about freedom completely changed. If obtaining freedom is in exchange for sacrificing the happiness of the one you love, then damn on the freedom and the sea. Scum! When Banshina finally stopped crying, Yasopp cursed his manga version because of his unwarranted indifference towards his wife and his son. He couldn't even imagine that he could do the same in this life. Seeing the tears of the woman he loves smashed his heart to pieces. Back to the present, the same scene from almost 3 years ago was repeated before Yasopp. But this time he felt an irresistible urge to cry, too. Seeing his son in that state trying to get back the money he lost was unspeakable pain. He felt irrepressible killing intent towards the person named Frankie and his family of bounty hunters. Unfortunately, he knew that these people might not exist in this world. Even his own son didn't exist yet. That was why he hastily suppressed the killing intent that terrified everyone inside the art store as he saw a sharp drop in his tolerance points due to his hostile behavior inside. Frankie's family. Those bastards. Yassip's heart ached when he saw his wife crying silently, and he couldn't help but curse the Frankie family. Like that. Give those bastards a good beating. Very good, Straw Hat Boy. Captain Shanks didn't pick the wrong kid to take care of him. Ha 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 ha. Knock down this damn house. Frankie family, you said, huh? Frankie family, my ass. In front of the Straw Hat Pirates, they are like loose sand. Where's that damn Frankie? The people of Syrup Town looked at Yassip with strange looks, but in fact, they wanted to react to that scene of the Straw Hats' revenge in the same way. It was amazing and very refreshing. This could be seen from the stir in the chat rooms, but only a few dared to take a look there for fear of getting spoiled. Only after completing the whole volume can they enter the chat rooms comfortably and enjoy giving their opinions, ideas, and hypotheses about the volume. After all, recently there have been some strange people who can read a volume of dozens of chapters in a few minutes and whose hobby is spoiling events. You're still sad, Banshina? Look, Luffy and the other Usopp's mates have avenged our son. Banshina looks at her husband, who is trying to console her. My son can't stand the thought of giving up Mary Go. I'm afraid he'll be so affected. Suddenly, I don't want to complete this volume. Ha! What a strong intuition that is a mother's intuition. Yassip thought inwardly. Holy Land Marigoa, headquarters of the world government. Who is Corgi? Do we have this person in our ranks? While Kong was reading the new manga book in order to get more information and know how to deal with the upcoming wave, people from the world government appeared in the manga. Then even the CP9 appeared. He was not confused because Water 7 was under the protection of the government, so it only made sense that the government forces appeared there. Wait a moment, Commander-in-Chief. Stephen Corgi, he's a CP5 member, sir. Go and summon him. Understood. Chapter 274, Usopp vs. Luffy. Equals 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 equals. Sanji, shall we go after that Frankie guy? Zoro, where do we go? Sanji, damn it. Those small fries really don't know where the money is. And we can only take care of Frankie after he's finished shopping. Zoro, what now? Do we wait here? I don't think he'll be back anytime soon. Chopper, Oki. I'm done. Come help lift him. Sanji, we're just wasting time here. Let's go back. Nami is alone on the ship, and Robin is nowhere to be found. The ship itself is breaking down, too. Sanji, hey Luffy. Luffy. Luffy, the ship. Sanji, HM? Luffy, I've decided. Sanji? Luffy, it's time to say goodbye to going merry. Sanji Zoro Chopper. Equals 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 equals. He really decided to abandon the ship. What a surprise. Well, it doesn't matter now. About you. You really look like this person. So, you're Corgi? Inside the office of the Commander-in-Chief of the World Government, Kong looked toward the short guy with the tuxedo. Yes, I'm Stephen Corgi, sir. Oh, don't be tense. You're a member of CP5? What's your role there? I'm the director of the Communications Department, sir. Good, from now on you'll be Director-Chief of the Global Communications Department of Government. This is a big promotion. Are you ready to take charge, Corgi? Hearing this, Corgi was greatly shocked. He hadn't expected such a huge promotion to fall on him from the sky when he woke up this morning. You seem confused. Are you reading the manga of One Piece? Kong was amused by the confused expression on this lucky guy. According to the orders of the 5 elders, any elite good enough to appear in the manga would get a promotion based on what they did in the manga. And this Corgi was clearly given a task of retrieving something valuable from the mayor of Water 7 City. Although he failed to get it back, just choosing him for that task in the future showed that he was someone with potential. No, sir, I prefer to watch One Piece anime. Oh, so that's why you didn't know you appeared in the manga? Are you talking about me, sir? Isn't that you? When Corgi saw his gray-haired version in the manga, he was terribly shocked. Far in paradise, Grand Line. On a small remote island near Jaya Island, the temporary headquarters of the Revolutionary Army. I bet this mayor hates the world government. This is a good candidate for our Revolutionary Army, don't you think, Croco Boy? A beautiful young woman with curly purple hair spoke while winking at the young crocodile with seduction. The young woman appeared to be 26 years old. Crocodile trembled when he saw that. He wanted to crush the meeting table on this bastard's fake face. Poof. You don't seem to appreciate beauty, Croco Boy. Enough, Iva. What you said about the mayor of Water 7 seems reasonable, but I think he'll only be a kid at this moment. For now, we'll consider him when he becomes an adult. Isn't Croco Boy a kid, too? You bastard. Crocodile formed a long sand dagger with his power and sent it very quickly towards the neck of the purple-haired beauty, but the sand dagger was suddenly scattered by the wind that appeared out of nowhere. Keep calm, Crocodile. Iva is just joking with you. You saw that poster behind the mayor, right? After they stopped joking, the mood of the conversation returned to normal again. Do you think we're blind? Wanted. Nico Robin. 79.000.000 Berry. Her picture on the poster looks like she's only 8 to 9 years old. What has a little girl done to deserve this huge bounty? Dragon sighed as he imagined a little girl running from one island to another, hiding in organizations, betraying an organization to protect herself, and asking for protection from another organization to protect herself, too. The same thing happened for years. A lonely little girl without any support is being pursued by the armies of the world government and bounty hunters. Everyone wants to catch her and hurt her. This terrible thing happened to a little girl. What does the Sky Sword intend to show the world? Dragon couldn't figure out the answer to that question. But he didn't know that that poster picture was the beginning of a great war that would bring about a massive change that no one had previously imagined. It seems Mugiwara Boy is in a real dilemma this time, Captain. The ship can't sail, Nico Robin has been taken away by CP9, and Usopp wants to quit the crew. What a terrible situation. This is the worst event the crew has experienced since the beginning of their journey. Crocodile did not care what Ivankov said. But Dragon was interested. He was also reading the manga so he could see what Ivankov saw naturally. He'll transcend any ordeal and take everything back. He is the chosen one after all. Even if he doesn't know it, he has that strange power that makes him subconsciously affect others. Mugiwara Boy would be a really great guy. So why don't we make him up now and make him cause the trouble early, Captain? Dragon felt a shiver down his spine when he heard that. You're not the mother. Not even the father. So stop saying nonsense over and over again. Ha 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 ha. Crocodile couldn't stand it and burst out laughing. Equals 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 equals. Usopp, I'm so sorry. So can we fix going merry with 100 million? We came a long way to get to this high-class shipyard. We need to make the ship even stronger for us to conquer the sailing beyond. Luffy, nope. Usopp. I've decided to change ship. Going merry helped us a lot, but its sailing days will end right here. Luffy, Merry is going to die. Usopp. Luffy, no one can fix it no matter what. Or I would never make that decision otherwise. Usopp, but this ship. It took us all the way here. Didn't it? Luffy, yeah. But now it's only a matter of time before it sinks. Usopp, just because a few carpenters say it can't be saved, it's going to die? It came all this way with us. Be it giant waves or deadly sea battles. The ship is our friend that came through it all with us. Yet you're going to leave it here to die. Luffy, you're not a carpenter, Usopp. Usopp, listen, Luffy. Not everyone can ruthlessly move forward in cold blood like you. I can't leave behind a wounded comrade and I won't. Luffy, that's stupid. Ships and people are two different things. Usopp, they're the same. Going merry is alive. Luffy, fine. If you don't like my decision, then just leave. Sanji, idiot. Usopp, I go where I want to go. I quit. Nami, let's talk about this. No. Sanji, hey. Come back. Zoro. Chopper, AAAH. Don't leave Usopp. Usopp, I can't go with you anymore. I won't cause you trouble anymore. But the ship belongs to the captain. So fight me. If I win, I'm taking going merry. Usopp, Monkey D, Luffy. I challenge you to a duel. Equals 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 equals. This. What the hell is going on here? Are they going to fight? Has Usopp lost his mind? He can't beat Luffy. No, don't tell me he's really going to break up with the crew. It's a big problem. In every art store, a similar scene occurred when the sequence of events reached this point. What no one saw coming. A battle between members of the most exceptional pirate crew in history. A battle between Luffy and Usopp over the right to own the ship. And the certain fact, the ship's death. With most One Piece readers attached to the entire Straw Hat crew, all readers felt sad and unwilling to see this situation. Some did not even want to finish reading the volume. New World, Whole Cake Island. Mama mama mama. Is this little crew finally breaking up? For a junk ship? This Usopp is just an idiot. Even Charlotte Linlin felt contempt for Usopp's childish actions. Chapter 275, that's what the onus of the captain. East Blue, Syrup Town. That's awful. You can't beat him. Usopp. Don't do that. Banshina's eyes lost focus and looked as if they were becoming dim. She is very sad about how things have turned out for her son. She expected that when she learned the fate of the ship. Because she knows very well how attached Usopp was to the ship that gave them by Kaya. Although before, she had left the manga book away and went back to work for a bit, but she soon found herself unconsciously opening it again. But she did not know that the upcoming events were carrying so much despair. Even a strong man like Yasop couldn't help but sigh sadly at the tragic scene of his son appearing in the manga. Just the looks of pity the townspeople give them sums it all up. Don't worry, my dear. Everything will be back to how it was before. West Blue, Art Palace. Belmere looked kindly at little Robin. Today was the day that she need to take care of Robin. Big sister Bella. What do you think of the manga of One Piece? Is it far ahead of the anime? Robin looked a little frustrated. Every time a new volume of manga, One Piece, appeared she had to stay home for the first half day or at least stay out of public view. This is because her father and mother do not want her to know anything about future events in the manga before she sees them in the anime. A lot of interesting events and great adventures are present in the manga, but they're not in the anime yet, which is what makes her frustrating. The manga is really very good. Compared to the anime, its events are much ahead of the anime. In the anime, the crew just got out of Alabasta. But in the manga, the crew left from Skypiea, Navarone, Long Land, and now they are in Water 7. Every island is a whole arc. I really envy people who have a lot of patience to enjoy the anime instead of going straight to the manga. The more Belmere spoke, the more excited her expression became. It looked like she had gone back to being a teenager when she was enjoying manga chapters. Little Robin's eyes looked like a starry sky at this moment, as an excited expression appeared on her face. This didn't mean she didn't know the number of arcs after Alabasta, but just hearing them again made her excited. I don't know why my dad doesn't let me read the manga, but I'm going to implement my dad's words and wait for all these fun arcs to arrive at the anime series. Good girl. Inside the art store Ohara. Water 7. This place is absolutely amazing. I'll definitely go there with my family someday. Me too. It's a good thing that the global cruise company founded by Mr. Rob is here to serve us. I didn't expect that there would be such a wonderful city in this world. There are people from Water 7 who welcome tourists from all over the world to their city in the global chat room. Let me see. Guys, stop this chat room bullshit. Look at the next chapters. It just got much worse. What do you mean much worse? It's a fight between the cruise members. Equals 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 equals. Chapter 352, Luffy vs. Usopp. Picture. Gadatsa's Life in Blue Sea. Volume 17-inch Hot Spring Found YAY. Nami, what are you thinking? Nothing good can possibly come out of this stupid fight. Why must two good friends duel each other? Luffy. Nami, just calm down. We just need to calm down. Usopp only said that stuff because he lost his head for a moment. Luffy, what's done is done. Right? Nami, no. Just apologize to him. We can solve this by talking it out. Zoro, Chopper, didn't you run after Usopp? Chopper. I wanted to finish treating him. But he forced me to back come. Usopp is in the city now. And he said, you and I are no more friends. Go back to the ship. Nami, everyone was so harried just this morning. And we still don't know Robin's whereabouts. It feels like the whole group is falling apart. Luffy, you look determined, but I hope you don't regret your decision later. This is what you want. Usopp, stop pretending and just come get me. I came prepared. I'll beat you. Usopp, I have 8,000 followers waiting for my signal. Surrender now if you don't want to die. Chopper, oh my god. 8,000 people. Zoro, you should go inside. Luffy, I am pretty sure you're just lying, Usopp. Equals 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 equals. BFT. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Usopp is inevitably dead. Did he say, gigantic razor blades between each and every tooth in your mouth? This idiot. Interesting fighting style. That's not blood but ketchup. Punch this cock nose, Luffy. He doesn't respect his captain. Flash dial? Caltrop hell? Shuriken shower? What the fuck is that? Breeze dial? Oh my. Usopp blew it. This. Is the ship crying? After reaching this point, readers realize that what they're reading now is not a prank from the author, but rather what is really happening. It's kinda sad. Rouge looked at Sora, Otoheim, and Toki, who were stealthily wiping away their tears. Alvia, who was guiding the little store goddesses, also sighed because she could sense the different atmosphere inside the art store. Although she hasn't finished reading the volume since she left it earlier, she still realizes that the upcoming events seemed a bit frustrating to Robin's mates. New World, Flying Island Merville. Jihahaha cough. Cough. Captain Shiki. Your injuries? I'm fine. Left up. Shiki went back to reading the One Piece volume. He had already reached the moment when Luffy finally defeated Usopp. Yeah, really. That's the captain's onus, jihahaha cough. It is also the onus of the captain not to include weak crew members who cause him to lose again and again. The Golden Lion's eyes turned into a dark abyss of hatred. The moment he recalled the events of the day he had lost again against Roger and the Garp, he felt boundless hatred. He looked toward two small islands containing thousands of his weak men before tapping his finger on the elbow supporter from the throne where he was sitting. His two islands lost their ability to float in the air and began to fall from the sky. The subordinates of Shiki did not even find the opportunity to scream before they fell with the islands from 700 meters above sea level. Boom! They fell on a navy base in the New World and everyone died. The thick smell of blood caused various kinds of sea predators to appear. This is also the captain's onus, jihahaha. Cough. Shiki seemed to be going crazy at this moment. His appearance was also pathetic as he lost an eye, an ear, and part of his hair, and half of his body was embalmed like a mummy. The consequences of Roger and Garp's fight were very tragic. Chapter 276, Pirate King Island. Yamato? Alarms rang out at Marineford as the Marines ran towards the warships that were leaving soon. Boom! We don't have time for manga or anything else, you bastards. Our men are dying because of an old crazy. Pass my orders. Admiral Zephyr. Vice Admiral Sakazuki. Go to the New World now. And check the status of the G-17 base. If you have a clue where Shiki is, don't hesitate to kill him. Sengoku looked extremely angry at this moment. Just moments ago, he received a desperate emergency call from the G-17 base. Before the call was cut off, the person in charge said that their vice admiral was not at the base and that two islands were falling from the sky directly above their fortress and they did not have time to escape. After that, he heard a devastating explosion, and with it, the screams of many people, and then the call ended. This incident was not just about pirates attacking the base, but destroying it completely in one fell swoop. There is just one person with the same ability, and crazy logic to do such a cruel thing. Damn you, Golden Lion. You should have killed him last time, Garp. Damn you, too. Garp could not refute his angry friend at this moment. Was it easy to kill someone of Shiki level? Even for Garp, this was difficult, if not impossible. This is because only when Roger secretly teamed up with him at that time did they manage to seriously injure Shiki, causing the latter to fear his wits and run away. And who could stop Golden Lion if he wanted to run? It's not like they can fly freely in the sky like him. Though Garp couldn't say anything to object to his friend's words, it was indeed his fault. If he had expected that Shiki would go crazy to exterminate hundreds of Marines with a whole base, he would do everything to keep him in the Larva Archipelago previously. Sigh, what a pity. Ohara. Laboon. Are you happy today, too? Boo! I knew it, yahohoho. A skeleton can be seen running on the sea easily as it circles a 10-meter whale, playing beautiful tunes on its violin. Isn't he the person who was happy? On the western hill, three young guys sat. They're the inseparable team. Doflamingo, Rosinante, and Enel. He has a devil fruit that can bring him back from death. Why wouldn't he be happy? Doflamingo said with an inexplicable smile. You're right. I still can't believe that such a miracle devil fruit exists in this world. So what couldn't exist? Enel. You seem to be taking this world lightly. What do you mean, Doffy? On the side, Rosinante listened silently. Every time these guys started to speak strangely, he would find himself concentrating on their words strangely, too. You know that we are true celestial dragons. Right? Yes, you told me about it earlier. But I don't see anything great about you being a celestial dragon. Doflamingo frowned when he heard that but still spoke. The great thing about celestial dragons is their authority. Absolute authority. This absolute authority is based on knowing the deep secrets of the world that others are ignorant of. And the teacher has become their rival in this authority simply because he knows so much, too. The world government does not fear the strong people as much as it does the people who know so much. One day the archaeologists of Ohara will reach the truth hidden behind the veil. And with it, it can be said that the era of the celestial dragons will come to an end, fufufu. Or maybe the teacher will finish it off prematurely. Who knows? Brooks-Ann, congratulations on your qualification as an A-rank hunter. You deserve it. Thank you, Rosinante, you're a good kid. I'm not a kid. Hey, give me that volume, I haven't finished reading the manga yet. Of course, here. Oh my god. Is Mary really going to die? Poor Usopp, they stole his money, and beat him well. That's unforgivable. Cool, straw hats. Knock down that big house over their heads. Ah. What is this strange turn of events? No, Usopp. Don't fight your captain. Oh. What a cruel punch, Luffy. Yes, this is the captain's onus. It's so sad. What? Iceberg-san was assassinated? Frankie, you're finally back. Seeing the angry expression on your face is so satisfying, yahohoho. When Brooks saw the scene of Luffy crying after defeating Usopp, he feels very sad, but quickly gets over it and continues to read. Although the arc was very sad, it was also so good that not a single scene of it can be missed. New World, Pirate King Island. After Oro Jackson finishes its journey around the world, Roger and his crew take a break from the sea and settle on a remote island that Roger casually gave the name of the Pirate King Island. There is no doubt that an island bearing such a strong name will become very famous in the near future and perhaps go down as a historical heritage in the distant future. But in just a few days it became so famous, as Buggy used the global chat room to brag that he lives on the Pirate King Island. Being a famous person with a verified account, his words were believed and the Pirate King Island became a big thing in the New World. But in fact, it was just a remote island where the Pirate King and his crew were camped. These carpenters are weird. I have a feeling that they're more than just ordinary carpenters. Even this beautiful secretary, although she has the temper of a real secretary, is so perfect that she seems to act. And why would Iceberg be assassinated in his office secretly and without anyone knowing? I bet the world government is behind it. What do you think, Rayleigh? That's obvious, Roger. The most important thing is what is Rob trying to show us through all of this? What do you expect? We saw CP9 in the beginning. That mask they left behind is proof that they are world government men. I think he is trying to embarrass the world government. Let's keep reading to see what's really going to happen. Shanks, Buggy, and Gabon's facial expressions don't bode well. Those bastards have already finished reading the volume. While saying that, Roger looked toward Buggy, Shanks, and Gabon, who were tied to a tree and gagged their mouths well. In Moby Dick, Whitebeard expected the same as Roger. They only had an assumption left in their hearts and they didn't say it. They can sense something unusual in this arc. The Straw Hats' opponents are not pirates anymore this time. Perhaps the world government itself will be the opponent this time, which will have very devastating consequences for the current calm situation. They could see this from the expressions of their crew members who had already finished reading the volume. New World, Aurora Island. Near Hunter's Island, Ring Hell. Aurora Island is the fortress of the terrifying dragon, Kaido. Even S-rank hunters would have to think twice before trying to enter this island where only beasts pirates lived. On a hill overlooking the sea, a little girl sat with an expectant expression on her face. The little girl appeared to be only 4 years old, with white hair ending in light green tufts, a white skirt covering the blue bruises on her body, and heavy cuffs that tied her hands. Even though one of her eyes was swollen from the beating she had received, this did not prevent her yellow eyes from glowing with exciting light. It will come soon. My bird friend, hee. Just as she expected. A few minutes later, a seagull bird dressed in the postal clothing of the Hunters Guild appeared on the horizon and stopped near her. The bird looked similar to the newspaper bird, but this time it didn't deliver any newspapers, but a manga book. One Piece. Volume 17, Water 7 Saga, Water 7 Arc. Yay! Thank you, Birdie. You are my only friend. I love you. The little girl's eyes twinkled with stars and she hugged the little bird in the volume with such enthusiasm that the delivery bird nearly suffocated. Chapter 277, I Am Cyborg. Paradise, Water 7 City. equals 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 equals. Frankie, damn you. Straw Hat Luffy. Is this your revenge? My dear, sweet followers. Kiwi, that's so cruel. Frankie, I'll never forgive you. Shift station, north of Water 7. Chimney, Grandma. The wind's amazing. Gum, NYA NYA. Kokoro, it's Karok, the south wind. The waves are rougher as well. The sea train is gonna have to stop tonight. Chimney. Gum. The Aqua Laguna is coming. Water 7. Woo woo. This is an announcement. The Water 7 Weather Forecast Department has officially declared an Aqua Laguna warning for the entire island. Chopper, wait. This place is gonna sink. Sanji. It seems that way. So we have to hurry and find Robin-chan. Frankie, I am this island's most Superman. Water 7's other famous face. When people see me, they say, wow. Frankie. Dismantler and bounty hunter, the head of the Frankies, Frankie. The Frankies' square sisters Kiwi and Mozu. Frankie, come out, Straw Hat. Luffy. It's him. Luffy, Hui. See a water panty guy. Nami, Luffy. Frankie, ah. Luffy, I'm Luffy. Author comment, he's so fucking angry. Equals 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 equals. It was you. I knew that. Catty Flam. You are Frankie? BFT. Ha 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 ha. See water panties? That title is very appropriate for you, Iceberg said. Tom, Kokoro, and Iceberg all looked at the 9-year-old boy with strange looks. The small commotion they made drew the attention of the carpenters and other residents to their group. The small commotion turned into a bigger one. He really looks like that pervert who appeared in the manga. Is it Frankie? Isn't he Mr. Tom's student, Catty Flam? That's weird. Maybe he changed his name, or Frankie is just a title. Catty Flam was dumbfounded by everything that happened. He was just witnessing the legendary moment he appeared in the manga. Before he could comprehend the situation, he was surrounded by many enthusiastic people. Tom dispersed the crowd as he did when Iceberg appeared in the manga. And he looked at the two embarrassed little kids with complicated looks. The first became the future mayor and was subjected to an assassination attempt by a member of the Straw Hat crew. The second became a famous dismantler and bounty hunter and a pervert who terrorizes the entire city. He also stole the money of a member of the Straw Hat crew. The two have a direct relationship with the Straw Hats in this arc. He couldn't believe that the two young disciples he had kissed by chance would be people of such great importance in the future. Kids, you should be careful from now on. He whispered it in their ears in a low voice. Understood, teacher. Despite being just children, the duo managed to understand what their teacher meant and nodded in understanding. From now on, they'll be famous, so they have to beware of anyone. Why did Robin need to attempt on Iceberg's life? That doesn't make sense. Yes, that CP9 agent obviously threatened her to do that. That's bad. The people of Water 7 have turned against Luffy and his partners. This is unfair. Problems don't come singly to Luffy and his partners. They're now hated by the city resident. This is clearly a framing process. Both Tom and the young Iceberg sighed upon hearing the whispers of the surrounding people. They can also see what other people can see. So they can understand the situation well. Gihihi, looks like Aqua Laguna is coming too. The real adventure for Straw Hats starts now. Mermaid Kokoro has already begun to be affected by sake, as she found the evening very enjoyable, so she drank too much. All the drinks the art store sells are pretty good after all. Aqua Laguna, huh? Including Tom, everyone was excited to see what their familiar Aqua Laguna would look like in the manga. After all, who in Water 7 doesn't know Aqua Laguna? Everyone knows the horror of the mighty tsunami. What a battle! How can he breathe fire if he doesn't eat a devil fruit? Oh my gosh! He can extend his hand too? Wait, is that a metal chain attached to his arm? What the hell is going on? Is he even a human? Cool. Little Frankie's eyes turned to stars as he watched his future version kick Luffy's butt. What did he say it was? Cyborg? What is this? Everyone inside the art store Water 7 looked at Cattyflam with confusion. Don't look at me like that. I'm human. New World, Aurora Island. Did he say he is a cyborg? Mohahaha. Interesting. While reading the manga, Queen the Plague commented. Then I won't be the only cyborg in the future, huh? I think the old mates will be interested in this person. Away in the first half of the Grand Line. Atcom Belt. The scientific base at the bottom of the sea. Inside a semi-dark laboratory, sat a man in his 30s wearing a mechanical mask on the upper half of his face and a doctor's uniform. Cyborg? This book is getting more and more interesting. North Blue, Germa Kingdom. Inside the royal palace in the Germa Kingdom. From the outside, it looks like an ordinary royal palace. But on the inside, it looked like a scientific fortress containing numerous laboratories above and below ground. After his return from the Grand Line and his split from MADS, Vinsmoke Judge inherited the throne directly from his deceased father. Before he started building his science empire. The Emperor of the Four Seas, Rob, came and set up his art store here. Although it frightened him a lot, he silently started building his scientific empire. Germa 66. Through his scientific knowledge, he succeeded in cloning many human soldiers, and the efficiency of his progress was much quickened as he turned a large percentage of the land under the kingdom into his secret kingdom. The palace was just a facade. Cyborg Frankie? This is too interesting. Chapter 278, World Government Concern. Equals 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 equals. Iceberg, there were two. One was a big man wearing a mask, the other one. A tall woman with black hair, those sharp eyes. It was probably Nico Robin. The culprits in the shooting of Iceberg are the Straw Hat Pirates. Find them all and hang them. Mozu, they ran away. You're not going to chase them? Frankie, nah. With my coup de vent I'm tapped out. Look at my hair. We were interrupted. I'll make him disappear after I refuel. Mwahaha, so he really is worthy of 100M. He's gonna be tough. Kaku, he sure messed things up. That Frankie. Peeply Lulu, what a day. Polly, but we can't let them get away with this. Tonight is the Aqua Laguna. Other than the two trains going out today, there is no other way of getting off the island. Since they can't use the ship they came here with, we have to gather information. Have the Galila employees spread throughout the island? We'll get this over with before dawn. Chimney, Grandma. Grandma. Water 7. Gonbi, NYA. Kokoro, don't get too excited now. Gagaga. Equals 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 equals. Holy Land, Marigoa. The domain of the gods was full of trash, gods as usual. Today is not like every other day. It is even the most awaited day by the celestial dragons. This is unforgivable. Why are they accusing Luffy and his buddies of a crime they didn't do? One of the celestial dragons said angrily. Robin-chan seems to be feeling sad. Who's the bastard who threatened her? I'm going to flog his entire family. Another celestial dragon shouted angrily as he spewed saliva everywhere. That old bug, I'll remember your ugly face. How dare you touch Namiswan with your filthy hands, you ugly bastard. I'll make sure to tear down your family with all Water 7's people. The guards of this celestial dragon shook their heads. Didn't their master look in the mirror before calling someone else ugly? In fact, this ugly celestial dragon wasn't the only one who got angry at the scene of Nami being held captive by a random mob in Water 7. But there's no trick in hand. The author was in control of what he showed to them, and he was the one who deserves their anger. Pangaea Castle, the main headquarters of the world government. This place was often quiet. Even the great waves like the recent huge wars, Alabasta Sea War, Jaya Island War, Larva Archipelago War, didn't make this place lose its usual calm. Everything was under their control. But this quiet facade can no longer be maintained at the end of the day. And the reason is, of course, the manga of One Piece. Boom! What is going on here? How dare Sky Sword draw this? Unforgivable. With one hit of his hand, the desk table of the commander-in-chief had exploded into sawdust. Kong tried to keep a calm face, but couldn't. This was the first time that world government operatives and their way of doing things had been revealed in the manga. And not just any individuals in the world government, but CP9. One of the most important divisions in the world government. Even revealing the 5 elders' faces previously is incomparable to what the manga revealed this time. The hell? How could they call CP9 a secret division, now? Nothing was a secret anymore. Everyone in the world would become wary of them. And their fists would not remain as firm as it was. They would lose dominance over the first half of the Grand Line little by little. The CP9 is arguably the most powerful division at the disposal of the world government in the first half of the Grand Line. I have a bad feeling about the upcoming arc. This sea train carrying Nico Robin is definitely going to Enies lobby. Oh shit, Sanji has a plan. Don't tell me. Kong shuddered at the thought of what would happen if the Straw Hat Pirates caught the government train to Enies lobby. Kong got up from his seat and stopped thinking. He was summoned by the 5 elders who were even angrier than him. Well, he was the only one who the Gorosei could explodes in his face at this moment. Although he had no hand in this. Sigh. A few hours ago inside the government hall. Equals 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 equals. CP9 member, get into Iceberg's mansion again. If worst comes to worst, you can erase all evidence. Tom had it originally, and of all of his apprentices, the only living one is Iceberg. I don't care how you do it. In the name of CP9, you must take it tonight. You must understand that this is the duty of justice. Equals 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 equals. This is the duty of justice. What kind of blueprints does Tom have that summoned the CP9 secret agency to get it? The 5 elders looked at each other in confusion, unable to come up with any ideas. The manga has reached a point where we feel really threatened. If this continues, the situation will be bad. So far, Rob hasn't revealed the faces of any CP9 members. But that doesn't mean he won't reveal them later. It looks like Nico Robin has become completely involved with CP9. Could she be a secret member of CP9? The rest of the Gorosei looked at the younger Gorosei among them with a weird look. Why would we make one of our members a wanted criminal? Ah. I forgot about this. Sorry. Looks like Nico Robin has decided to separate from the crew. Enies lobby has been mentioned. The situation is getting more complicated. An hour later. Damn you, Sky Sword. That's heinous. The hell? He really exposed our covert assassination. This is unforgivable. Summon Kong here. The next arc. Enies lobby? We have to stop it from being released at all costs. Chapter 279, The Meaning of Life for Yamato. Kaido's Idea? New World, Urura Island. In a semi-dark cave behind Skull Mountain, Kaido's new base. A little girl was reading the manga book with an expression sometimes excited, sad, surprised, laughed, and at other times angry. Her cute face showed various emotions, but the luminosity of her big eyes did not change with any kind of emotion. Equals 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 equals. Sanji, Robin-chan. Chopper, Robin. Sanji, where did you go? Everyone is worried about you. Robin. Sanji, let's go back to the hotel. We can't talk here. I'll tell you everything later. Wait there. I'll come over to you. Robin. Robin, no, we're fine where we are. I won't. Go back with you. Sanji/Chopper. Robin, let's say our farewell here. In this town. Chopper. Robin. Sanji, air. What are you saying, Robin-chan? Ah. Is it about the thing in the papers? Don't worry. We don't believe it. They always blame the pirates whenever anything bad happens. Robin, yes. You guys were falsely accused of the crime. However, for me, it is the truth. I did, in fact, infiltrate the mayor's office last night. Sanji, huh? Robin, I am shrouded in a darkness that you do not know of. And that darkness will eventually be the death of you. Sanji/Chopper. Flashback. Akiji, up till now, every group that ever associated with Nico Robin has been destroyed. That woman is always the survivor. Robin, now. You will be my scapegoat for this incident. I will leave soon. And the situation will worsen. Sanji, what are you talking about? Why are you? Robin, why am I doing this? Yes. There's no need to tell you all that. Sanji, Robin-chan. That doesn't make any sense. Did something happen to you? Robin, we haven't known each other for long. And after today, we won't see each other again. Say hello to everyone for me. In the time I've been with you, you have treated me well. Goodbye. Sanji, hey. I don't believe this. Wait a minute. Robin-chan. This isn't funny. Chopper, Robin. Equals 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 equals. No, Robin, you can't say that. That would break Sanji and Chopper's hearts. Ah. That's so sad. Yamano's eyes were wet and she couldn't stop her tears from coming out. Being a little girl accustomed to the Straw Hat Pirates as her only stars and the only wonderful people in her world, she couldn't imagine the idea of them splitting up. First, Usopp and now Robin. That's sad. She used her little hand to wipe her tears and continued reading the volume, hoping that this nightmare would eventually come to an end. For her, seeing the crew separated wasn't a good thing. It was no less than a nightmare. Seeing the Straw Hats going from island to island on happy adventures was what made her bleak life meaningful. Since she was born in this cruel world, only the manga of One Piece is the thing that makes her feel truly happy. Everything about how she can lives. She only learned that from the manga One Piece. She wanted to be a pirate in the future, not like her father, but like Luffy and his partners. Since Sanji has a plan, I'm sure he'll know what's going on, and he'll save Robin from the villains of the world government. On the other side of the island, in the new Skull Palace. Warorororo. The Pirate King is birth. Shiki is beaten. And now, the Sky Sword is starting to make trouble with the world government by revealing their dirty secrets. I suppose that Aqua Laguna in the manga is kinda a sign of the huge tsunami that will sweep through the real world after this arc. You have a good point, but no, Captain. I think that's what will happen after the next arc. Why do you say that, Albert? Luffy and his crew are defeated in the first clash against CP9, but the second and decisive clash between them will be in the Enies lobby. You have a point. Mwahahaha. Forget those boring events. Isn't that cyborg Frankie so cool? How does it work with cola as energy? That doesn't make any sense. Kaido and King both looked at Queen with disdain. Why would they care about a guy who uses cola to recover his energy? More importantly, it is the consequences of the events of the manga, not the events of the manga itself, you idiot. This is because everything that has appeared so far in the first half of the Grand Line is too weak to get our attention, or Ororo. But Frankie is really a genius. You won't understand anything because you're not a genius. Only a genius can understand another genius. In my opinion, Frankie is the best one who has appeared in the manga so far. Queen was consistent in his praise of Frankie. Every time this genius cyborg appeared he was happy. Arguably Frankie is his favorite character at this point. Simply because he shares so many things with him. Well, be prepared for what is coming soon. We're still too weak compared to monsters at the peak of the world. Queen. Is what Caesar Clown said regarding the possibility of creating devil fruits true? Caesar is Vegapunk's most reliable assistant. If he says Vegapunk discovered a backdoor in devil fruits, that's true then, wahaha, that's really interesting. Most importantly, he said that the world government has accelerated scientific research on devil fruits and hockey and is studying a top-secret project that might change the world. I don't know how true this is, but it is very possible if even someone like Vegapunk is very covert around it. A project that could change the world, huh? Interesting. Queen. I want you to entice Caesar to join us. If he helps us with the devil fruit-making project we will truly become the True Beasts pirates, Worororo. Jaya Island. This place is so good that it doesn't look what it used to be in the manga anymore. Are you sure we'll find the leader of the Revolutionary Army and Crocodile here? If the captain says they're here, that means they're here. Or do you doubt what the captain said? Okay, look for them then. Ho, to ask a blind man to search for people, do you not have an iota of pity in your heart, Hawkeye? Enough of the nonsense, use the observation hockey. How else are we going to find them in this sea of people using just our eyes? Isho and Mihawk looked at the island of entertainment that was filled with people who came from all over the world. The Calgara and Nolan golden statues were especially notable. West Blue, O'Hara. Robin-chan. Robin's journey with the crew couldn't have ended in such a cruel way, could it? Obviously she is being forced to do what she is doing now. She has been forced by the scum of the world government. Shut up. You idiot, don't you know that there are people from the world government here? As if I care. Who can harm me in the lands of the Four Seas Emperor? Then let them try. A young man from Knowledge Village was so angry about the direction the story was going. Robin was his favorite character after all, and he didn't want to see her suffer. She must have been threatened to use the crew members' lives as hostages. Robin can't break up with the crew on her own. Those CP9 scumbags are so cunning. This young man wasn't the only one who was pissed off at what happened so far. Since Nico Robin in the manga is the character of the beloved princess of O'Hara, it can be said that she's the child of everyone in O'Hara. Her legendary born day is still etched in everyone's mind and unforgettable, since the day Robin has become the princess of the whole country. There's no doubt that if something bad happens to her even in the manga, it will cause an angry reaction. Chapter 280, World Government's Member, Stussy. New World, Dressrosa. Thank you for helping our dwarves neighbors. My royal family will never forget this generosity. Come on, Riku. You don't have to thank me for something trivial. Opening a new store makes me more profit, you know? King Riku didn't know how to answer. In fact, yes, the art stores are very profitable for Rob. But no matter how great these profits were, the true value of a single art store could not be measured against them, let alone two of them. The art store provides protection, entertainment, reputation, honor, wealth, and power. Any island that has an art store can say that its bright future is completely guaranteed. One more extra would double all that. Since Greenbit is so close to Dressrosa that it is considered part of its territory, this means that Dressrosa now has 2 art stores instead of 1. Even the new art store beacon in Greenbit can be seen from Dressrosa. This really astounded the residents, but since most of the people were busy reading the new volume, they didn't care much about the emergence of a new art store on the neighboring island. Everyone knows the art store owner was in their country after all. From now on, the dwarves will have their own store and they won't have to take anything from the people of Dressrosa. That's what I want to thank you for. The dwarves' race has suffered a tragic past under the Don Quixote family in the distant past. Since my royal family came to authority, the first thing we've done has been to try to fix their thinking about humans as threatening monsters. Unfortunately, we haven't succeeded like one person. He did it perfectly. That man came here 400 years ago, and now they call him a hero. I know. Since they have an art store in their lands, it means absolute protection. Their land will not suffer any harm from now on. Royal Father. It was a fun trip to the neighboring island. You should have seen the cute fairies transformed into human shapes in the art store. I'm still amazed by it until now. What are you doing in Dressrosa, Stussy-san? The beautiful young lady with blonde hair and blue eyes was very shocked when Rob appeared in front of her very suddenly. As she was surprised, she took out her dagger and immediately fell into a defensive position. But the moment she saw the face of the person blocking her way in that narrow and empty street, her dagger fell to the ground and she opened her small mouth in shock. Rob-sama? Sorry about that, it was just a gut reaction. Being a successful agent, she quickly regains her composure in such strange circumstances. Even Rob nodded in admiration. A helpless smile appeared on her face, no matter how calm she had, that could not be maintained permanently in front of such an existence. No problem, that's a normal reaction. I won't blame you for it. But you have to tell me. What are you doing in Dressrosa? Since Rob knew her true identity as a member of the world government, he would not allow her to do whatever she wanted in his area of influence. He even felt strange about how similar this woman looked to her future version. Although she now looks in her 20s with long blonde hair, her ability to maintain such a curvaceous look 25 years from now is a remarkable achievement in itself. But being otaku, and a fan of hot waifus, how could he allow such a beauty to escape his claws after presenting herself on a gold plate? Of course, he wouldn't. His married life was recently at its peak. He now had 6 beautiful wives, as he had already tasted each of them and lived all kinds of bliss with them. If he wanted to get another one, who could stop him? I just came shopping at Dressrosa. This is not my first time here. Okay, let's get off the bullshit now. I know you're an agent of the world government. Stussy's eyes widened and she turned back with a terrified expression on her face. She hadn't expected that her true identity would be revealed to the world government's #1 enemy. Yeah, Rob was the most dangerous criminal of the current era. Neither the Pirate King nor Whitebeard and not Shiki can compare to his severity. What will this person do to her after she fell into his hands? She didn't know. Don't be afraid. How about you join me? I can provide for you what the dying world government cannot and will not provide for you. With me, you will even get eternal life. East Blue, Syrup Town. Equals 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 equals. Zambai, we saw that worthless long nose guy fixing the ship alone. So we thought that Big Bro had already taken care of the others. Frankie, what? Have you seen one of them? Zambai, why? Yes. On their ship. Frankie, that makes things easier. We can use that guy to lure out the others. The Frankies, whoa. Big Bro did the evil grin. Frankie, okay. All of you. Start going around town, yelling we got the long nose guy. If you don't want to feed him to the fishes. Come to the warehouse under the bridge and see Frankie. Then, we'll set up a trap for them here. The Frankies, yeah. We got it, big bro. Leave it to us. Equals 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 equals. Damn you, Frankie. Why again would he want to harm my son? As if Usopp's current situation is not enough. Banshina and Yassop both felt very angry toward Frankie and the Frankies at this moment. If they were present in front of them, they would have already torn them apart. After a week in the new world. This is terrible. Sigh. Sakazuki gritted his teeth angrily as he saw the state of the G-17 base in front of him, while Zephyr's expression wasn't good either. Damn you, Shiki. Two warships stood in front of a small island completely wrecked. Nothing could be seen but desolation, not a single navy structure remained intact. Looks like there were a lot of pirates killed too. I didn't believe the report of the G-25 base who rushed here on the day of the incident, but it seems to be true. Shiki killed his followers too. It's good that he went crazy enough to do that. All the pirates should die. According to the G-25 report, it appears that there are some survivors from the G-17 base. Change direction to the G-25 base. There is nothing here to check. We'll hear what the survivors say. For Shiki, he will definitely pay the price. We won't stop until he falls. After those tweets, I was waiting for him to come to Marineford, but unfortunately, he wasn't brave enough. Zephyr said with a sigh. That wraps up this part of What If Becoming a Mangaka in One Piece World. Thanks so much for listening. As always, new parts drop every 4 days, so be sure to stay tuned. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please consider supporting the original author as well. See you in the next one.